it's according to order. So I will take my first story. Yaga Africa falls Senate confirmation of 2 recs. That's the first story coming on my list. The executive director of Yaga Africa, Samson Itodo, has faulted the decision of the Senate to confirm the appointments of 2 out of the 10 resident electoral commissioners whose names were sent by President Bola Tinubu. Although he did not mention their names, he said the fact that they were confirmed despite the petitions against their nominations show that the nation's democracy is being run without Democrats. Itodo, who stated that such action by the Senate implied that Nigeria's democracy is run by individuals who do not care about the people. He also said that the Senate president refused to refer this matter to the relevant committee, and they went ahead to confirm these people, that there were petitions that were submitted against these people, especially the 2 nominees that Nigerians have raised flags against, while the public space is flooded with images and videos of these individuals. All right, that's where I will stop for this story. And then the second story, Tinubu proposes to spend 6.9 billion on procurement of vehicles. Office of the First Lady gets 1.5 billion naira for new cars. And let me read the story. President Bola Tinubu has proposed to spend over 6.9 billion naira on procurement of vehicles for the State House, with the Office of the First Lady getting 1.5 billion naira for new cars. This is contained in the supplementary budget Tinubu sent to the National Assembly for approval. It will be recalled that the president sent a 2.17 trillion naira supplementary budget to the National Assembly for approval. The government plans to send 2.9 billion naira on sport utility vehicles, SUVs, for the presidential villa and another 2.9 billion naira on replacing the cars in the pool. This proposed expenditure is coming at a time when Nigerians are still protesting the decision of the National Assembly to procure 75 billion naira worth of vehicles. Some young persons had held protests in Lagos and Abuja over the planned spending by the lawmakers at a time when Nigerians are facing a tough economic situation. In the proposed supplementary budget, the government is planning to spend 28 billion naira on the State House. In addition, the government is planning to spend 12.5 billion naira on the presidential fleet. All right, when you talk about this money, it's actually scary because in this economy, people are looking for money and then we're shouting billion naira. All right, the second story is, again, Supreme Court shifts appeal seeking to remove Uzodinma as Imo governor. I take that again. Supreme Court shifts appeal seeking to remove Uzodinma as Imo governor. The Supreme Court has again postponed till December 5 hearing of applications filed 3 years ago by the People's Democratic Party and the Action People's Party seeking to nullify the eligibility of the All Progressive Congress in the 2019 governorship election in Imo State and to remove Hope Uzodinma as governor. The applicants are asking the Supreme Court to give effect to its judgment delivered in 2019, disqualifying Uche Nwosu of the APP from the Imo governorship election on grounds of double nomination. They argued that APC, which was held by Supreme Court to have also nominated Nwosu, could not have at the same time also nominated Uzodinma. PDP is also asking the Supreme Court to return its candidate Emeki Hedioha as the winner of the election, since APC was precluded from sponsoring 2 candidates in the Imo State governorship election. The Supreme Court judgment on Imo 2019 governorship election is one of the cases mentioned by retired Justice Musa Datijo Mohammed as of public concern. The PDP application was filed on July 9, 2020, but the Supreme Court did not give the PDP a hearing date until this week, over 3 years after. All right, Peter Anosike will also look into that one. Now, another one is Southeast governors may challenge payment of 8 billion naira damages to IPOB leader. The Southeast states governors may appeal against the award of 8 billion naira imposed on them and the federal government by an Enugu State High Court presided over by Mr. Justice Anthony Onovo last Thursday as damages to indigenous people of Biafra leader Nnamdi Kanu. The court had awarded a compensation after questioning the proscription of IPOB as a terrorist organization. Nnamdi Kanu claimed the 8 billion naira damages against the federal government and Southeast governors for the physical, psychological, property, and other losses he suffered as a result of infringement on his fundamental right. Okay, that's it for that story. Then another one, dollar could settle at 650 naira to 750 naira before the end of 2023. That is coming from Taiwo Oyedele. I think that's good news for us. The chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and the Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, has said that the dollar could settle at 650 naira to 750 naira before the end of 2023. According to Taiwo, the government sees the fair price for the dollar to naira at 650 naira to 750 naira. He said this while assuring Nigerians of an ongoing plan by the government to introduce new foreign exchange rules which will make the local currency regain true value before December 2023. He also said the plan will include a crackdown on illicit currency trading and will result in naira closing its gap with the unofficial rate. Okay, that's on dollar. Now, on another one, Wike demanded 25% of River State allocation, 2 billion naira from palliative money. This coming from Chetam, a lawyer, activist, and Pan-Africanist. Chetam Tiari Nwala has alleged that political unrest in River State followed unfulfillable demands by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. The activist, who spoke on Arise Television on Tuesday, alleged that the refusal of Governor Siminalayi Fubara to remit 25% of the state's allocation to Wike, his immediate predecessor, caused the ongoing face-off. He also alleged that Wike demanded that 25% of all allocations coming into the state should be given to him. Nwala also alleged that Wike demanded 2 billion naira from the 5 billion naira recently disbursed by the federal government to the state as part of the palliatives to cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy. Okay, he also said that Wike demanded 25% of River State allocations. From what we heard, the governor even offered to give him 10%. This is what is happening now. All right, that's all I have on my list. And like I said earlier, Peter Nosike is here, and he will be doing justice to all the stories one after the other. Good evening, Peter Nosike, and welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good evening, listeners. So we are starting with the Yagi Africa, raising and arm over the Senate confirmation of Rex. They have confirmed 7 already, and there are strong allegations that these are APC members, and there were pictures of them in APC attire. So the truth is that APC is already planning to rig 2027 election. Election is not just being rigged on the day of election, no. There's always a groundwork. There's always a strategy. So just like what we saw on the 25th of February started around 2022. Started around 2020. It was the 2023 presidential election was not rigged particularly on that day. The process started far before then. The turning off of the server and owners of wasn't an accident. Everything was deliberate. They begin the rigging of 2023 election from the day they secretly pushed Festus Okoye into INEC. And that should be around 2020 or 2021. Because Festus Okoye is the founder of TMG. TMG means Transition Monitoring Group. TMG had, from 1999, has been working for the opposition, then ADAC. Tinubu started his political journey in 1999 with Action, that's AD. Understand? From AD to AC. And the first to Okoye, TMG is an election monitoring body. And he has been working for the party in the opposition against PDP from 1999. And the leader of the opposition then was Tinubu. So TMG has, under Festus Okoye, has been working for Tinubu since 1999. It was because of what TMG was doing that in 2006 we formed RMG, Right Monitoring Group. I'm a member of Right Monitoring Group, and our coordinator is Femi Adowo. So RMG, Right Monitoring Group, was founded to counter TMG because TMG was always biased in their election reports. So I was surprised when Festus Okoye was drafted into INEC. Nobody raised their alarm. Nobody shouted. That was when the beginning of the rigging of 2023 election started. So it did not start on February 25th. So now these people have started again. This confirming of 10 IREC appointees is the beginning of the rigging of 2027 election. Then, when the year comes now and they rigged it, they will think that it was rigged on that day. No, this is the process. The process of rigging 2027 has started with this confirmation of these card-carrying APC members as RECs. And it's unfortunate that even PDP, I don't know whether PDP made any noise. I don't know whether Labour Party made any noise. But Umorin, everybody knows, is a card-carrying active member of APC. And as such, does not qualify to be a REC. INEC, going by that name, is independent. So they're not supposed to have people who have sympathy for a political party as their members. INEC is supposed to be an independent body. They're not supposed to have people who are sympathetic to any party as their members. But now, Senate has confirmed the appointment of APC members as members of REC. They are going to rig 2027 election. Understand? Because 2 days ago, Mahmoud Yakub visited Imo State and Bayelsa State on what he called his working assessment. That's whatever he called working visit and readiness assessment. Understand? And there he said, this is what he said: INEC is not a political party. We don't have a candidate in any election. All we are going to do is to assure that the people of Bayelsa and Imo choose whoever they want to as their governor. Understand? And our responsibility is to protect the people's choice. This is what the INEC National Chairman said in Bayelsa 2 days ago, that INEC had no candidate. Understand? That all they are doing is to ensure that the people vote whoever they want. But it will be stupidity on the part of PDP, Labour Party, and the other parties in the opposition to believe what Yakub Mohammed said. It will be stupidity on their part to believe what Yakubu Mohammed said. INEC has candidates, and their candidates are in APC. We all saw what INEC did during the tribunal. INEC was defending APC as if INEC is a branch of APC. So now saying that INEC has no candidate, they have candidates, and their candidates are the APC contestants in Imo, in Bayelsa, and in Kogi. So if the other parties foolishly believe what he said, then they are on their own, because INEC is there to ensure that their candidates emerge. And the candidates of INEC are the APC candidates. And as I said earlier, confirming this APC card carrying members as Rex is the beginning of the rigging of 2027 election. So the group that raised and did the writing, and the people, the PDP, the Labour Party, and the other parties should begin from now to checkmate both INEC and the Senate. Otherwise, what happened in 2003 will happen in 2027. Because even if you go to court, you will not get justice. Because INEC will defend their candidate on the election day, go ahead in court and also defend him. So it's better you don't allow them to get their way.
All right, let's go to the second story. Southeast governors may challenge payment of 8 billion naira damages to IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. How do you react?
Well, for me, I didn't want to see the governor in the Southeast that will go to court to challenge this. I didn't want to see the governor of the Southeast who will go to court to challenge this, because the damages were well deserved. Nnamdi Kanu lost his mother, lost his father in this struggle. How much can you pay for the life of a human being? Understand? How much is the worth of the life of a father and a mother? The injustice that has been done to him, being in detention for more than 4 years now. So I want to see that governor that will go and say, no, that money is too much.
But do you think they can pay?
That's what is called enforcement. When a court gives an order and the people refuses to comply, you go and get order for execution. Understand me? So let the governor who feels that 8 billion is too much for Nnamdi Kanu, let them kill his mother and his father. Let government pay him 20 billion. Understand me? Let the governor who feels that 8 billion damages is too much for Nnamdi Kanu, let them kill his father and mother and let government pay him 20 billion. So for me, one, court has given an order that IPOB is no longer a terrorist organization. That's number one. Which means everything that has been happening to Nnamdi Kanu is injustice on his part. It is this injustice that led to the death of his father, the death of his mother, the burning and destruction of all that they have in Umuahia. It is this injustice that led to his unlawful incarceration, detention in DSS custody.
But do you think he went about this struggle the right way? Because a lot of people have lost their lives still on this.
What is the right way for the struggle?
I think he would have negotiated with government instead of the way he went about it.
You saw what happened to Joe Ajaero when he went to Imo State. So the language that Nigerian government here is force, is action. Even though IPOB is not a violent organization, it was modeled after the first Indian Prime Minister, Mahatma Gandhi, a non-violent political organization. They don't carry arms. They don't carry sticks.
But with the recent events happening in the Southeast, how do you describe it? With all the videos flying around on social media?
Forget all those videos. Forget all those videos. People can even go and do T-shirt. Understand? Write it IPOB and go and commit this crime. Nigerian police can even do it. Nigerian police can even go and do t-shirt, right at pub, go and kill people somewhere. For them to, they say, give a dog a bad name in order to crucify it. So IPOB is never a violent organization. IPOB is like a MOSOB, Movement for the Actualization of Sovereign State of Biafra. Ralph Owazirike schooled in India. Understand me? So Ralph, the founder of MOSOB, schooled in India. So there he studied the Mahatma Gandhi revolution very well. That's what he brought into IPOB. The same thing that Nnamdi Kanu inherited when he broke away from MOSOB and formed IPOB. So IPOB is a non-violent organization. In the 70s, when Nnamdi Kanu was in the university as a geography student, he wasn't even a member of the students' union. He doesn't participate in school activism. Understand me? So he is on the quiet side. Therefore, calling that he's needing a violent organization, anybody who knows Nnamdi Kanu know that he cannot do. That's not who he is. So for me, the damages is justified, and they should do well and one, release him and then pay him all the damages. Even though the damages, mind you, cannot bring his dead father back. He cannot bring his dead mother back. Their property that have been destroyed in Umuahia cannot be brought back.
But Peter Osige, you know, when he started this struggle, already he knows that it will result to loss of lives and properties of which he might be affected directly, which is what's happened now. All right, so paying him damages, governors paying him for all that he lost as a result of the struggle he started. You get, because he started this struggle, he obviously was expecting losses. So
which means paying Dr. Martin Luther King for the struggle of bracket of in America is also a bad thing.
No, do you think it works in Nigeria with the way the system works here? Do you think things
this is one word? This is one word. What works in America can work anywhere.
Then why is our system not working in Nigeria? Why are things not working right?
Because here we have more individuals who are more powerful than institutions. That is the only reason.
So that's still what I'm saying. Because anyways, let's move to the third story. Supreme Court shifts appeal seeking to remove Uzodinma as Imo State governor. How do you react?
Well, that also shows you that Supreme Court is a part of APC. That shows you that Supreme Court is part of is the legal arm of APC. Understand? So just as Hamas is the military arm of the Palestinians.
Yes.
So the Supreme Court, the courts in Nigeria are the legal arm of APC, because including the Supreme Court, because we know that in 2019, Uche Nwosu was disqualified because of what? Double candidacy. In 2019, Uche Nwosu was the candidate of APC and AA. Okorocha was the governor of Imo State in 2019. And Uche Nwosu was his in-law. He was hell-bent on making his in-law succeed him. So he ensured that APC ticket goes to Uche Nwosu. APC came and INEC came and monitored the governorship primaries in Imo, which Uche Nwosu won. Understand? Then AA, Action Alliance, understand, is the party that Okorocha formed by himself. So the same AA also gave him a candidacy. So he was juggling, if he cannot get this, let him get this. So, but fortunately or unfortunately for him, he was given both. Now, when he went to court, Supreme Court disqualified him for being a double candidate, for being the candidate of APC and the candidate of AA. Understand that you cannot be a double candidate in the same election. So if a Supreme Court affirmed that Uche Nwosu is the candidate of APC, how manage Hope Uzodinma become governor through APC? That's the question. How manage Hope Uzodinma became governor through APC? Because Supreme Court said that APC had no right to present candidates because they presented the candidate with double nomination. Understand me? So this is the reason PDP went to court in 2020. PDP went to court in 2020, and Supreme Court have been postponing this case up till now. They were supposed to hear it on October 31st. Understand? But they have to postpone it to December 5. And by then, Imo State will be having their governorship election by this time next Saturday. So what is the essence? Because if God forbid, Uzodinma wins on Saturday, this case becomes irrelevant. Because in this particular one, he is the candidate of APC. So they just want to push it so that Uzodinma will win on Saturday. Understand me? So that's why I say there's no difference between our so-called judges and the touts on Lagos Road. There's no difference. Both of them are the same thing. Before, I used to respect judges, but for me now, they have no integrity. Nigeria judges have no integrity. This is a simple case. How can they prove that APC, the Supreme Court that disqualified Uche Nwosu for being candidate of APC, will now accept Uzodinma as candidate of APC in the same election? They know that it can happen. That's why they quietly push it until December 5. So that by then, Imo State governorship election that would have come and gone. So that's why I said that the Nigeria judiciary is the legal team, is the arm of APC. That's why the comfortably tend to go to court. That's why APC will tend to go, because they know that those in the court are their people. Understand me? So by postponing that judgment, they have done Imo people a disservice. They have done Imo people great harm. They have done Imo people great injustice. And it's not fair at all. It is not fair at all. It is not fair. And this is one of the cases that the retired Supreme Court judge mentioned as one of the illegalities of the Supreme Court. And as I used to say, the evil that somebody covered today will haunt him tomorrow.
All right, that's it for the third story. Now let's go to the fourth story. Crack between Wike widens as impeachment plot thickens. I won't allow anyone to take my base or make me politically irrelevant, Wike laments. How do you react?
Wike is a greedy man. Wike is a sad man. Understand? Imagine what he is. What somebody is saying in public. He said, if I demand 20 billion every month and even award all the contracts to myself, that is politics. So that is Wike's definition of politics. He said, if I demand 20 billion every month and even award all the contracts in River State to myself, that is politics. Where was he when I was fighting? That he asked, where was the governor when he was fighting? Understand? I have to be politically relevant and I must maintain my political structure. I can't allow anybody to cut me off immediately. If you like, accuse me all you like. I won't have a sleepless night because the right thing must be done. So the right thing for Wike is for asking 25% of the total allocation of River State. That is what Wike define as the right thing. Understand that if he demands 20 billion every month, there's nothing wrong about it. That if he award all the contracts in River State to himself, that is still the right thing. As if he's the first governor of River State. He took over from somebody. So the person that he took over is still asking for 25% of the allocation of River State. He's still asking for that all the contracts should be awarded to him. So 2023 is an era of impunity in the country. 2023 is an era of impunity in the country. People are becoming crazy. People are becoming shameless. People are becoming reckless by the day. For somebody, as if a River State is his personal property, therefore he should be demanding 20 billion every month. Understand me? So, and he's not ashamed of saying it. And another thing that the elders in River State are now backing him.
Backing
Wike. That what he's saying is right. It is only the Ijeoma people that are saying no. Understand?
So what's the interest of the elders in River State? What's their interest?
Wike has money. Wike is now in Abuja. Wike can award a contract. Understand me?
Of course.
So that shows you the mindset of those we call the elders. The reason why Nigeria can never move forward. The reason why, imagine somebody saying, even if we demand 20 billion every month,
that's still okay.
Understand? Is it somebody was there before you? How much was that person demanding? So if only Wike is taking 25% of Rivers allocation, how much would the governor be taking? How much will be used for the working of the people of River State? So this shows you that they don't care about the masses. They don't care about the masses. And this can only happen in this country, Nigeria.
So, but demanding the 25%, does it make him politically relevant?
Tinubu became politically relevant because he has money. Understand?
Okay.
It is money that makes you politically relevant. You can buy whoever you want to buy. You can influence whoever you want to influence.
Okay.
Understand? So but for me, I don't really have any sympathy for Fubura. Understand me? Because this is, they say that betrayal begets betrayal.
Of course.
So, and this thing is in their DNA. They have been betraying right from foundation of Nigeria, Rivers. Understand me? And it will continue. I know that Fubura will betray Wike, but I didn't expect that it will be so soon. My projection was around maybe after the first year, second year. I know that they are going to find out, but I never expected that it will be so soon. So for me, Fubra has that thing called sin, meaning Satan in nature. Understand? Wike is also Satan in nature. So my concern is the innocent people of River State. That's what is happening between Nwike and Fubra, because there are two sides of a coin. Yes.
All right, now let's go to the next story. Tinubu proposes to spend 6.9 billion naira on procurement of new cars, then 1.5 billion naira to buy cars for the office of the First Lady.
Yeah, 1.5 billion to buy cars for the office of the First Lady. Mind you, in our constitution, there's nothing like office of the First Lady in the constitution. There's not. Our constitution does not recognize office of the First Lady. And this is where they have openly, publicly budgeted 1.5 billion for an office that does not exist, for an office that is not recognized by the Constitution. So there's no difference between what is happening in Abuja and what is happening in Rivers State. That's why I say this is an era of impunity. What has not been happening in the country has started happening from 2023. And it will continue to happen. Imagine office of the First Lady, you are going to spend 1.5 billion to buy cars. And before the election, Tinubu's wife told us that they will not depend on Nigerian money, that they are comfortable. If you are comfortable, why are they using 1.5 billion to buy just cars? But the 35,000 naira that they promise government workers, they have not started paying it. They have not started paying it, but they want to use 1.5 billion for an office that's not in existence. Understand? And they have that boldness to announce it in public. So then they are going to use 8 billion to renovate Lagos presidential house and vice presidential house for 4 billion naira each. How many days Tinubu has his house in Lagos? So it means if he comes so how many days will he be staying there? Why he's going to spend 4 billion there? How many days will the Shetima be staying there for him to be spending the 4 billion? They'll spend 4 billion, 8 billion in Lagos and 8 billion in Abuja just to renovate the presidential house, that is State House.
Yes.
Understand? And this is why I will always give Obi thumb up. That's why I always credit Obi. When Obi was the governor, Obasanjo want to go on a state visit to Awka, Anambra State. He's going to stay for 2 days. There's no presidential lodge in Awka. They told the P2B that he will build a presidential lodge, and that it's going to cost about 2.1 billion naira then. P2B said, why should I build a presidential lodge of 2.1 billion for somebody that is coming to stay just for 2 days? After that 2 days, what happens? Mr. President, come to Awka, you are going to stay in my house. Understand me? So Obasanjo stayed in P2B's house in Awka. P2B left and go and slept in somewhere else. P2B left the governor's lodge in Awka for Obasanjo and now went and slept somewhere else. Instead of using 2.1 billion to build a presidential distance. Understand? So what we are in is a government of wastefulness. What we are in now, a government of wastefulness. They have borrowed 1.5 billion to buy SUV cars for senators and members of the House of Representatives. Now it's their own turn to shine. So they now want to use 6 billion to buy for those in Aso Rock. Both Aso Rock, Putin and the First Lady, Kapu. And this is a country with 133 million people in multidimensional poverty. A country with 70 million people on abject poverty. And they are thinking of using 1.5 billion to buy cars for an office that is not recognized by our constitution. And the people are saying that they are doing well. It's a shame. It's a shame.
All right, now let's go to the last but not the least. Dollar could settle for at 650 naira to 750 naira before the end of December.
Well, for me, what they are doing is a manipulation. Understand me? What they are doing is a manipulation, which cannot work. For any currency to be strong, the country must be a producing and an exporting economy. For any country's currency to be strong, it must be a producing and exporting economy. As long as we continue to be an import-dependent nation, Naira will continue to go higher and higher. Before they sold the $3 billion worth of crude oil to stabilize the Naira, what happened? It didn't work. So they are just doing a mago. Now, before we come back here next Saturday, watch what the exchange rate will be. So they don't have any answer to our economy. They don't have any answer at all to our
probably
economy.
They have an answer, but they don't want to take action. They
don't have any answer. If they have answer, the answer is looking inwards. Understand me? The answer is not on borrowing. India developed by shutting out other countries. China developed by using their huge population to become productive. Understand me?
Yeah.
So without production, without exportation, our naira can never be strong. As long as we continue to run an import-dependent economy, the naira will continue to waver like one particular network that I don't want to mention its name.
All right, please don't. All right, thank you so much, Peter Nsike, for your in-depth analysis. Now over to you, the listeners. So which of the stories that Peter Nsike analyzed that we talked about tickles your fancy that you would like to comment to? You already know that the numbers to call is 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. And for the WhatsApp call, it is 0700 903 903 9. Hello, good evening to you. Sorry, we didn't get your name.
Okay?
We didn't get your name, please. Your name and location.
I said my name. I'm coming from Ijesha. My name is Seboko Bioma.
All right, Bioma calling from Ijesha. You're welcome to the show.
Let me tell you, tell me the dollar report to that what I said. That is rubbish. Nigeria is not a producing nation. That's not how the Tinubu government can stabilize the Nigerian economy. And the economy is by profession. For God does the nonsense that say there. How will you stabilize the economy that you are not producing? You are not exporting. How? With magic? You think to borrow money and share with deliver Nigerian economy? What is he doing? Carry the Yoruba to become a minister? Is that the solution? Look at the how can a company be giving 20 billion every month? What about location? What are they to do? What about the road of the River State? Let them go and sleep. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, Obioma.
They have the bunch of food that cause the politicians. What analytics you can work on? Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Obioma. Thank you so much. All right, the phone call is the phone lines to call is 0700 903 903 903. Tell us what you think about the stories we shared with you, and can see messages on WhatsApp. Hello, good evening to you. Hello?
Yes.
Can you please adjust the audio of your radio so we can hear you clearly?
All right. God bless you.
All right, thank you. Let's get to meet you.
I'm here from Iba.
Go ahead, please.
The country is I used to say it. Anywhere there is no truth, things cannot go well. The reason why all this is happening, there are people that believe in fake news. People that believe in fake news. Mr. Nnamdi have said it now. There is no time Naira will come down. Maybe Naira will be also with the maybe 300 Naira per Naira. Allah, it can't work. Never. That is how they are deceiving the masses from 60s, since 1960s. They are only giving us fake news. The news that cannot work. The news that don't have weight. That is the only news that you need to deceive countries since 1950s. There is nothing they can say they will do that will work. Yeah. The only thing I believe is something God Almighty can do. This country, Nigeria, as a great country, as a giant country, whether they like it or not, this country must be a giant country. It must be a good country, whether they like it or not, because they are not God. Me, I believe in God. I believe what God can do. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, we're just a phone call away, and our phone lines are still free, so you can call in and let us know what you think about the stories. All right, to the WhatsApp messages. Okay. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
I'm Mr. Emmanuel calling from Okapa.
All right, Emmanuel, you're welcome to the show. Let's get to meet you.
The problem we are having in this country is that the people who want to enter into the government just to spend money and acquire money, and they don't have any technical know-how. When you study from APC, propaganda, they don't care for anything, just to take position and squander our money. That is all. They don't have any other plan than this. Before you know it, 8 years don't go, they will get away. Buhari, where is him now? Don't go away. Load in his pocket and go. Small time I go see Emilio. Load in his own pocket and go away. We continue to suffer. So I think it's the high time for us to come out of this.
So you're saying the Nigerian government is about loading your pockets?
They are individuals, the politicians, now APC, load their pocket and go. They don't have any plan for production now. They don't have any idea. Look at what they are calling now. People are dying in your presence because of hunger. They are talking about how you are going to buy cars. And what kind of sense is that? When I listen to Chancellor of Germany, the woman said that she's living in her own apartment. She's not living in government house. They don't have anybody serving her, only her and her husband. If you come from office, so when you drive her car to get to the house, they prepare what they are going to eat with her husband. How are you washing your clothes? You say, yes, he will prepare the machine, husband will operate. Finish. Can such a thing happen in this country? It's not possible. Their struggle and everything is how to enter into Aso Rock. Sharing the money, finish among themselves, finish. Suffering continue. But for those who know what they are going to do, they will not give them chance to operate. Divide and rule, religious, and many things, they will put it on the ground. So people keep on dying on hunger. And only God will only save us from their hand. Because if we cannot come out of the street and do protest everywhere in Nigeria and take them out of that place, nothing will happen. No. After this APC finish, I hand over to another person.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you so much. Let's go to the WhatsApp call now. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. All right, do want to call us back and going to the WhatsApp messages. All right, still have some calls. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, Good evening, my sister.
Good evening to you. Please tell us your name and location.
It's Nnamdi from Reno.
All right, Nnamdi, go ahead.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Organa CK.
Nnamdi, ndewo.
Dalu, my brother. You CK and all my brother. My dear, please, they say they are pumping dollars to supply naira.
That's nonsense.
My sister, there is difference between weak leg and strong leg. Any leg who is weak, any leg that is weak is weak. Any leg that is strong is strong. You are not producing anything. You went and borrow money. They save crude oil money. 3 something go solve them. You then bring and sick inside. If they like, maybe they go borrow the money, the other way America gets into the system. Without exporting or producing, all the money will sink. You are just bringing money for these bad cartels in Nigeria that need dollar to bezel out their money out. You are just sweeping them and kicking us every basic day. Is that the way to run the economy? Me, I no go school, but this kind of their policy they are using is a lazy man approach. It's a lazy man approach. This shows that all of them does not have anything upstairs. Because somebody has said it already, that they are coming just to load their pocket and go. But for me, I have a message for the whole Nigerians that is waiting for renewed hope. That today their hope is shattered.
Do you think
because I listen to everybody in the bus, in the street, at the market. Their languages, all of them, their language have changed. But I have a story for them. This story is this: a policeman that is accusing his wife that how many times has he warned him or has he warned her not to cook soup in this house with the bribe money. That anytime they cook soup in this house with the bribe money, the soup used to sour. Then the wife replied to him and said, "You are the person that go outside to do your work and you go there, you collect bribe and can bring it house. Then you give me as a chop money. I take cook soup for you. If you come house where the soup sour because of the bribe money where you bring, let you chop out like that." So all those that is, that their hope is shattered today, their soup has sour, make them chop them. And I'd rather you can maybe say I support anything. Make if Baba say now the way you go, make them give a chance, make you go to Muno. If you say now so the way you go, make them give them a thought of us where we can go there. Because now what you order, now we will get. So I wish all the Nigeria good luck in their suffering. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nnamdi. Well, I think we're still hoping for the best. That's not what we're expecting. We're still hoping for the best. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, my sister.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and location.
I'm calling from Egon.
Okay.
Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening, my daughter.
Can you please adjust the audio of your radio so we can hear you clearly?
Yes, I have done that.
All right, thank you so much. Go ahead.
Mr. Kanu, you made me remember this our former Golden Neglect striker, 1993 Kitano Sike, who scored the second goal against Ghana for Japan 93 World Cup. My sister, hello.
Go ahead, my brother.
In fact, I'm an Edo man. I'm from Edo State. Do you know why the whole head of state or president that have ruled Nigeria? You know why? How I hate go on is the only one I will ever live to hate in my life. Why I hate this man is this: I'm not an Igbo man. I'm an Edo man. Those people, Igbo, they foresee this in the future. Say, okay, let us leave these people and go our way. You heard that these people must remain in Nigeria. Look at what they are doing to the Igbos now. The one have never come out one day to speak. Obi won an election. They rigged this man out, this gentleman. This is how Obasanjo himself, he rigged him out 2003 and give it to Nnamdi. This man has to go to court, and court gave him his mandate. They still sponsor the House of Assembly again, Nnamdi to impeach this man. What has Obi done to those people? What has this man done? Because they have bet that Nigeria will never be good again. See, I sympathize with the Igbos. I know we are the minority, fine. But what they are doing to those people, my brother, my sister, is uncalled for. Okay, Tinubu, he doesn't have anything to offer. He came to Edo State 2020. We told him, Edo is not Lagos. Go back to your where you put everybody in your pocket. They ran away. What Tinubu don't have anything to offer, for God's sake. He does it. He does it. They say he built Lagos. Which Lagos did he build? Lagos was the capital of Nigeria. If Tinubu built Lagos, what has he done then? What has Fashola done? Look at everywhere in Lagos. Jakande House, Jakondo Estate. What have we have to call for Tinubu in Lagos? It's a pity. I sympathize with the Igbos. Me, I can tell you, I'm a Kakari member of APC. Given to us by Oshomole when he was the governor of Edo State 2011. But for this election that has just passed, I was for Obi. I have to transfer my PVC down to Igondo here. I voted here. Thank God, the polling unit I voted will be one. So that is all what I was. If anybody hopes Tinubu will do it, lie, they are just deceiving us. I was in before. I know what they always say. They will tell you first. See, I don't have to talk too much. Politician will tell you first. Others follow. I was I beg. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go to messages on WhatsApp, or if you want to call, the phone lines are still open. Hello, good evening to you.
Oh, good evening.
All right, please tell us your name and location.
My name is Emmanuel Ogbe. I'm calling from Sangota.
All right, Emmanuel, go ahead.
For the book for what I'm hearing from this evening,
Yes.
program a big talk. So, for this our country, what is going on in Nigeria? Otherwise, government. We are told that they are using our constitution, working for the federation. Everything in this country will be okay, but they are not using our constitution. They are using their own idea, their mind to work for us, and that their mind cannot work for us because it is not working with only one person. It is working with a majority of people. This is our country now. Nothing is easier to get. If you want to move out from your house, you'll be looking sideways because of a human being like you, because of poverty, because of robbery, because of disturbance of people. And our government says they are working, they want to share politics, they want to share money, they want to do this one, they want to do this one. All those things they are saying, they are just using it to confuse people. I'm always advising people to try more, use your power, even if you are working, add more power to our working place so that you get what you need, because our government are not caring of us. So in what is going on in River State, yes, it never passed like that. That is the way, and that is politics. What Wike is doing is not good. Wike have left that place from another person. Another person left that place to Wike. Wike have already ruled the River State and come on. He is now bringing problem back to the river. The problem that the river people is trying to solve during your tenure, is one that will bring the problem back to the state, which is not good. We are supposed to be arrested. If our country is working full constitution, if Nigeria is working full constitution, we are supposed to be arrested and question them. Because the way that the state is getting out from River State now, it is not good. So that's what I want.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. All right, elders are known to be truthful and straightforward. I guess fake elders, just as we have fake pastors and bishops, are supporting wicked. This is coming from Elder Prof from Isolo. Elder Prof, I'm sure yours is original and truthful and straightforward, Elder. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, my people.
All right, what's your name and location?
An adage says, if the leaders don't know the road, they lead the led astray. This administration doesn't know anything. When they are removing the subsidy, there is no reason for anything called palliative. Palliative is extravagancy lifestyle. They should have concentrated all the funds being scattering about for refinery repairing. Then another one, our farmers who cannot work on the farm to feed us, they should have called these people the anchors. Tell your people, if you kill again, we will prosecute you. Because if we cannot produce food stuff in Nigeria, we have to go to Ghana to bring Agbado come to Nigeria. What life are we living? So the administration does not know and have nothing to benefit this country. If the situation continues like this, wasteful spending.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us and for that opinion. Okay, the number to call if you still want to call us is 0700 903 903 903, and for the WhatsApp call it is 0700 903 9039. All right, over to the WhatsApp call now. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening. My name is Prince George Usigbe. I am calling from Idimo Road in Ejigbo.
All right, George, go ahead.
Anotike, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
God bless you. God will increase your wisdom and God will keep you for us. Each time I listen to your voice, I listen to Mr. Darlington, I know there is hope in our country. One, when there were issues with Peter Obi and with Fumi, with the recent governor of River State, our president, he invited him. They talked about the issue, right? They did that one. Now, when the Mr. Gerald went to Imo, because the way they are treating the workers, at the end, the police are claiming that the hoodlums, they were the one that beat the NSA president. Okay, where were they when the hoodlum was beating the NSA president? And they went there to rescue him. See, now, I don't think our president have called them to order, or have called Hopus Ozima to order and said, this thing you are doing and is wrong, it is wrong. So find a way to resolve it. That one aside. Now, they said, I learned and I heard from this man yesterday, Ali Jume, he said the yard has been delivered. Since 1960, during the time of the Bafemi Awolowo, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, I have never heard that they bought presidential yard. What do you want to? I work in your company. I know that stuff is for luxury. All those white people going to on the sea to go and cruise on the sea. What are you going to do with it? Is there water in Abuja? You want to use it to cruise from Abuja to Lagos? You have presidential jet plane. You have your private jets. So what are you doing with those things? Now they said they have moved the money to student loan. And Ijeoma spoke yesterday. This stuff they have what? They have delivered it. They have signed is to make payments. Where are we going? Which way, Nigeria? Long ago, Sonny Okosun asked this question: which way, Nigeria? The person that won election vividly in February this year, they took the election. Yes, on Wiki took the reverse vote that belongs to Peter Obi. He gave it to Tinubu. At the end, they ring him out. Each time this man talk on radio, he said, go and verify. Go and verify. A lot of people verify what he did in Anambra State. God have given us someone that will deliver Nigeria. But they stole his mandate. In Supreme Court, we're putting our trust on, putting our confidence on. They now decide to come out to rub their body, to rub their name in the mud. There is a God that is above the Supreme Court that will judge. But one thing I know, I will never give up. I know God can still turn things around in our country. Now, your wife said last time that they have money, they have so much money. But why are they not making provision for her office, for her SUV cars? In our constitution, it is not written that they will make provision for the first lady. It is not written. It is not written. But why this man is spending money? Oh, palliative. He gives 70% to the politicians. He gave 30% to the judiciaries. That is why they decide to rub themselves in the mud. Now, coming to the workers, he said 25. Now, 25,000 naira to the vulnerables for 3 months. That is 75,000. How much for bag of rice? How much for beans? But until now, they have not opened borders. And you are saying you want to hit the ground running. All your life, this is your ambition. Your ambition for how many months now? What have you done? Now you are making billions of money to do these things. Now those billions, do you know they can build a barrack? They can build police station. They can build army barracks to recruit. You are recruiting army. You are recruiting police. Where would they go to? All those dilapidated police stations. All those dilapidated barracks. That is where you want them to stay. All those billions. Why not make a fresh? As in, let's build a fresh barrack. Let's know where we need to build a barrack. Then when we are absorbing those people, then they can be posted to those places. Now look at the way you run our country. Look at the way things are going in our country. And you say this is your life ambition. Your life ambition. You are buying a yacht for 5 billion. What do you want to do with it? Now you want to renovate how many billion to renovate your presidential house in Lagos, and the one of the Shetima, you want to renovate it in Lagos for how many billions? When Buhari was there, whenever he leave Abuja, he goes to Daura. When Jonathan was there, whenever he lived there, he goes to Otuoke. Now, why is his own difference? May God help us all. For the Igbos, God make Igbos the Hebrews in our country. They cannot silence them. It does for a while, but they cannot silence them forever. May God help us in Jesus' name.
All right, thank you so much, George. Thank you for that. All right, our phone lines are still open and you can call in. Let's get to hear you. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Please adjust the audio of your radio so we can have a smooth conversation. All right, please, if you're calling, make sure your audio will not affect the conversation so we can hear you clearly. Now let's go to the WhatsApp call. Hello, good evening, Uncle Sebastian.
Be blessed. Where you listening?
I do. I travel. I don't come back. Good evening.
They hide. Welcome home.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. My economist, Mr. Onasikers.
Good evening.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
The one where me want to talk, I don't know whether you highlight them home. I joined you guys late. Yes, I was listening to Agbakuba yesterday on Arise News, and the allegation that the retired justice on his valedictorian message, what he said, how the judges are corrupt and assigning judicial assignment to girlfriends and all the other things that he said. Then Rufai asked him what can be done if he had knowledge of those accusations. He said yes, but he will not name names. Mr. Agbakuba is 70 years old, according to him. What if God's gonna extend your age? You probably have maybe 20 more years, or even 30 more years. Half of your life is already gone. Why are you afraid in naming and shaming these justices? I was just boiling as I was listening to him. All his points were very salient. He made some valid points. The stuff that he's saying now is what some of us were saying in the social media when he asked us to keep quiet and wait and respect the judiciary. We were saying it. Now he has turned around to be saying the right thing now. But for me, I felt like Nigeria is just a hopeless situation. The president said he's going to give us hope. We are not seeing the hope. Okay, if a man of integrity as Ogbakuban could agree with the retired justice that the judiciary is corrupt, so why don't he lead the front? He said he will be sued for libel if he mention name. That would give us the opportunity to back him up while we try to repair the rot in the system. So I was saying that the youth cannot come out now, because if you come out, they're going to shoot and kill, because the NSAS situation, it ended up like nothing happened. Okay, for him, as a man of virtue that is well known in Nigeria judicial system, he is hiding his skin, he's hiding his head and putting his head inside his hand like an ostrich. He cannot come out to say, look, these are the people that is responsible for the rot in the judicial system. So what is he asking us to do? We, the youth, okay, I'm almost 60 years old, but I see myself as a youth because I am, aligning my thoughts with the obedient movement and the well-meaning Nigerians that mean well for Nigeria. So I'm saying people of caliber. Wole Soyinka has locked himself up in his house. All the men of who claim to have a reputation, they are all hiding under the chair. So even with the situation that is going on now regarding the FBI files that is exposing and continue to expose our president, all the media houses are quiet. So who is going to bear the cat? So who's going to come out and say, look, I damn the consequences. Martin Luther King in America gave his life for the struggle of the black race in America. So we don't have anybody of integrity that will stand out, that we can align ourselves with to take on these people. Because if you look at it, they are just probably, if there are too much, maybe 1,000 people that is holding Nigeria hostage. Over 200 million people have been held hostage. There's no truth coming out from the administration. So I'm saying to Nigerians today, Agbakuba should name those people that have been given assignment that they were not what they didn't deserve. Because if it's quiet, then the solution to our problem is not coming, and Nigeria will not be better. I hear people saying Nigeria will be better in Jesus' name and pray for Nigeria. No, there's time to pray. This is no time to pray. This is time to take action. The war in Israel right now, Israel is not praying that Hamas people came in and brutalized their people and killed their people. They didn't go into Israel and start praying. They took action. Even though I'm not in support of Israel, or the occupation that that they've been involved in for the past couple of decades. I'm not in support of them, but they took action. But we here in Nigeria, we quickly go into our enclave and say we are praying that one day Nigeria will be better. Nigeria will not be better until Nigerians take their destiny in their hands. Then Nigeria will be better. These people need to be rooted out. They need to be rooted out of their comfort zone and let them know that we are angry. But now people are dying every day. People are committing suicide because we have illegitimate government on seat. The worst of us is ruling the best of us. How do you expect things to get better? It will never get better. If you like, go and pray. Like Mr. Nnamdi said, pray from now to tomorrow. Prayer does not change anything in Nigeria. You have to take action. Actionable stuff is the one that will make the difference, not praying and hoping that the naira will be equal to the dollar tomorrow. It will never happen. Production is what we need, not consumption. Thank you.
All right, Uncle
Have a
Sam.
blessed weekend.
You too. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening to you. All right, over to the WhatsApp messages while we wait for the calls to come in. All right, I have this message. It's ignorant to say that he got what he sold. Was he the one that invaded his home or sent the military to kill his people? Okay, talking about IPOB, and then the court has given the judgment based on facts and evidences. All right, thank you so much. You didn't tell us who is right. And hello, good evening. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. Good evening to you. Please tell us your name and location.
Okay, this is Obina calling from Amiibo in Imo State.
All right, Obina, go ahead.
Yeah, I think all this problem we have been witnessing and all the way our government are just stealing our money and using it to do whatever they like. I don't know if all these cars they are buying, I don't know if they use it to swear juju for them, you know. So instead of using this money to build the country, to build our hospital and equip it, give us good roads, they keep on buying all these SUVs that we help them to navigate all the bad roads where we are the people, you know, that we are the ones to be blamed for not giving us a good road. So it's not about every time we keep on complaining, going to social media, ranting and all that. It will not solve the problem. I've said that. I've told there was this evening rush program. I used to say it every time to Mr. Darlington and Precious that there is only one way we can stop these people, and it's the people themselves, we Nigerians, that we stop these people. You can see how these people are saying, whatever we do or say, it doesn't matter. They will say, don't mind these people, let them rant. When they talk, they can't do nothing. How can a few people in Nigeria, elite, police, army, how many are they? That they can load, people who we voted in or who we appointed or whatever to serve us, since we are in democracy. The voice of the people, the government or democracy is said to be the government of the people. So it's the people who will decide what will happen, how to govern the country. But these people keep on, imposing on us what they want, trying to buy yachts, giving money, billions of naira to buy cars for their wives in first lady, which is not even a constitutional right, not supposed to even. And this woman came out, I remember when she came out that they telling Nigeria that they have money, they don't need Nigerian money. But this woman has been collecting taxpayers' money because he has been, Nigeria has been paying her since she was a senator. So that is our money she's collecting. So I don't know what justify her to come out and say, that we all this money, they don't need Nigerian money. Why? That aspect of their living, are they paying for it? It's not Nigeria that is paying for it. These SUVs cars, is it not Nigerian money? All these yachts that they want to buy, all these SUVs, we have in Austin, we have Nord, we have other car manufacturing and assembling stuff that they can buy all these cars in order to circulate that money and improve our economy and the naira that is dying. So I keep on telling people on social media, stop ranting, stop talking and ranting and making it. It will not stop. These people will keep on doing what they will do. You can't do nothing. The only way to stop any policy or any rule these people bring about that we don't like is for us to go on a protest. That is how civilized countries do. Other countries, that is how they do. Whenever somebody brings out something, they don't like it, they go on a protest, they shut down the economy. Nobody goes to work. They shut down that economy. That will be the only way our people will, all these corrupt leaders we have will listen to us. Otherwise, they keep on. You will see, one of these days, they're going to claim to, all these senators, we said, they want to buy a private jet. It will no longer be SUV because there is no good road. We say we'll be going on official route with private jet. We see it one day, and they will pass the bill. And before you know it, they have already made the deal and signed the contract. So we'll be complaining for nothing. So the only way to stop these people is on protest, peaceful protest. Let the whole country go on a protest. If there is any policy, let us do and say, no, we don't want this policy. Don't, like these SUVs, we don't want it. Use the cars, buy the ones we have, the cars or SUVs that our people, Nigerian people are making or assembles. We should go on a protest. That is the only way. Otherwise, nothing will happen in Nigeria. These people continue doing and oppressing the poor masses. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Over to the WhatsApp messages now as we await some of the calls to enter. All right. This one says, Mr. Nosike, you're a very powerful, great, and interesting analyst. In fact, I always love your analysis. You have said it all. All the politicians in power are not there for the interest of Nigerians, but they are in power for their personal, selfish interest. God will judge them someday. This is Francis from Festac side of Lagos. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello?
Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening. It's Chukwudi, calling from UK.
All right, Chukwudi, go ahead.
Yeah, there is something that I want to say concerning the topic we are discussing now. Are you hearing me?
Yes. Go ahead, Chukwudi.
So, Mr. Nosike, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, the issue of Wike collecting 25% and the traditional rulers are supporting him. Who are the traditional rulers? The ones that he used to insult when he's talking to them. So more or less, they are nobody to him. And again, I'm one of the people who are supporting that all these traditional rulers should be removed and replace them with town union presidents to be voted for by the people. Because these people, every government, any state government that comes in, because the majority of the problem we are having has to do with the state. The state government, we are talking about the SUV for the House, for the Senate and the rest of them. You don't know, many of us don't know what the state government are doing. They are the worst. The state government are the worst because they are very close to the people. They are the one that is killing Nigeria, in as much as the president cannot correct them. They are the ones holding the local government at ransom, the state government. So, and the person that is the governor of Rivers State, he knew all these things. He went and he's not a child. And let him not forget that he has executive power in the state to do whatever he wants to do. So he has executive power, in as much as the minister is the minister, he has executive power more than the minister. So the 25% and people are supporting it in Rivers State, I don't think is there. But anyway, Mr. Nnamdi say something that is it. Then coming to the one of renovation of the presidential, I don't think American presidents, you will never see them during their holiday. They will travel outside America because they know how expensive it will be. An American president don't visit any state and have a lodge there. They go to a state visit in any state. They go immediately from them. They have their helicopter to take the president back, or the president goes in a hotel and stays in a hotel. And most of in the Western world, some of the places, all these government officials they pay for it. They deduct the money from their salary. But our own, we leave them to live there free. And we are saying we are moving forward. We are not moving forward. In our scriptures, we are moving forward, but we are on a wrong direction. So we need to go back. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do have a great day. All right, so on the WhatsApp messages. Good evening, BB, and our guest in the studio, Mr. Peter Nosike. Ex-Governor Nyesom Wike has no heart of shame in him. That's why he came out to speak in a selfish and inhuman utterance in the public space. As for the APC government, they have nothing to offer Nigerians because they lack the will to dispense good and quality leadership. Nigerians, the time is now for us to wake up from our sleep and slumber and take our country back from all these insensitive leaders we have in Nigeria. Nigerians deserve the best. This is coming from Emmanuel Chijioke from Ikotu. Okay. Good evening, VOP. First and foremost, let me greet the rare gem in the studio, Mr. Anosike. See, the present Nigeria political servants are not out. Revive Nigeria from the predicament confronting her, but to enrich themselves. The strategy employed by the Nigerian political servants to keep Nigerians in perpetual bondage is enriching few who in turn give crumbs to the populace. By doing this, they cage the masses and enslave them. In all, the judiciary, who is supposed to liberate Nigeria turns ahead. May God help us. A from Agege. Hello, good evening to you. Can you please adjust your radio?
Hello, good evening.
All right, good evening. You're welcome to the show. Please let us know your name and location.
My dear, I want to ask Mr. Nosike a question. It's Joe from Bariga.
All right, Joe.
Mr. Nosike, please, let us can we find another name and give this democracy? Because this is not democracy. I don't know the type of government that is this. Mr. Nosike,
well,
can we find another name? Let us find a very good stable name and give this democracy. This is not the right democracy the Americans are playing. Please, where the rich becomes richer and then the poor become poorer. That is what I'm saying. Mr. Nosike, are you hearing me?
I agree with you. This is never democracy. Another name for democracy is development. And we are not seeing development, which means this is not democracy.
Hello? Okay, that is it. Okay, hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Please let us meet you, your name and location.
Okay, my name is Mr. Amade, calling from Ejibo.
All right, Amadi, please help us adjust the audio of your radio so we can hear you clearly.
I think I've done it now.
All right, go ahead.
You see, in 2010, I was discussing with my senior brother, who is in Canada now, about this country. He was telling me that this country will not move forward unless the leader decided to do the right thing, or we enter into what do they call it? Revolution. I said no. I said revolution cannot come. He said yes, it can come. You know the way he described it for me. He said I was telling him that okay, look at if an Igbo man is started ruling now. If you call revolution, an Igbo man will say no, we have never ruled since. Okay, if Yoruba man comes, if he talk for that now, Yoruba will say no. If Hausa come, the Hausa will not come. He said no, it will not come like that. That time will come when Nigeria, the leaders will put hardship on Nigerians, that when you see each Nigeria, 4 people staying together, they will be discussing one thing, that I should know that revolution is coming. What I'm telling you this time around, revolution is at hand. Because these people have pushed us into the world and expecting us to break the world and pass. It can't happen like that. Revolution is coming. Mark it somewhere that somebody is calling you, telling you this thing now. The Nigerians are tired of these people and they are pushing us to the wall and we're going to react. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I want to say something about what Mr. Amadi said. One, what we are practicing now is not democracy. For there to be democracy, the nation must be free, fair, credible. If the nation is not free, if it's not fair, if it's not credible, it's not democracy. If the vote of the people does not count, it's not democracy. If there's no development, it is not democracy. And if you check these things that I've mentioned, they are not in this country. So what we are practicing now, anybody that is calling it democracy is deceiving himself. Democracy does not mean wearing agbada or wearing suit. That's not the meaning of a democracy. Democracy means freedom of choice, that you have the right to choose who will become your governor or your president. It is not happening in this country. So there's no freedom of choice. The nation is not credible, it's not free, it's not fair. Therefore, what you are practicing now is not democracy. So anybody that is saying that Nigeria is a democratic country is deceiving himself.
Okay. Now still on the WhatsApp. This is good evening, crew. In the midst of abject poverty that the previous and this government has put Nigerians into, that they labeled us the capital poverty of the world. They are buying cars and yachts, renovations of existing buildings with billions for their cruising and enjoyment, spending money like prodigal children, while they turn the people to almajiris and beggars. We have the highest IDPs in the world when we are not at war. It's all because of their wrong policies and governance. 40 farmers killed because of insecurity. No refinery, no good road, no agriculture and industries, school fees, inflation, and economic disaster. They turn to government of waste by waste and for waste. It's a shame that the worst of us is ruling the best of us. INEC and judiciary has put Nigerians in this nightmare. We must deliver ourselves from them. Dio from Faba. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. All right, well, to call back, the number still remains 0700 903 903 903. Okay, okay, this one says, help me tell you guys that Nigeria cannot stand still just because his candidate lost last election. Judiciary is now arm of APC just because judgment doesn't go his way. Let's remove sentiment and support government to move this country forward. Let's wait for 2027 for another politic. Olu from Badagry. So we're in 2023 and we're looking towards 2027 for another election.
He's a sycophant and he's suffering in his house. He is suffering in his house.
All right. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening.
My sister, please, please let me make the call back, please. Sorry for disturbing you. I want to ask you a question. What of Joe Aguero? How is he doing?
Well, Joe Aguero, they said that they want to take him abroad for critical inspection because his brain was affected, his eyes was affected, his ear, every part of his. And you know, Joe Aguero is from Imo State too. This is the first. This is the first time that NLC president has been beaten since 1999. And it happened in his own state. Understand? This shows you the kind of what you're announcing from 2023.
Okay. I learned that presidential, nobody has spoken about it, isn't it?
They have not condemned it. Presidency has not condemned it, which means they are in support of it.
Then brutalize a personality like this, and the president are quiet. I hope somebody telling us about the election. And after telling us about the election, he did not tell us about the people who are holding their money, families that is suffering, where they are selling rice now 1,100 per cup. 1,100 rice, one cup of rice, 1,400, and you are holding people salary for months or years. All these people, there is nothing I can say about it. The only thing I have.
Hello, are you there?
Whatever we see now, whatever we see, make nobody complain. Unless we come together and fight these menace before we will be out of it. May God bless everybody.
All right, thank you so much. All right, still on this, I like Mr. Peter Nosike. Give them savage reports. APC psychophant. Someone is saying APC psychophants living in denial. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, please. Once again, by Deacon Ogudele from Ijebu. There is no legal backing for illegality. When we have the first military intervention, it was authorized by Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who was the then president of Nigeria. He told Nwafo Orisu, who was the Senate president then, that what is going on in Nigeria, the man cannot handle it. He should invite the military to come and assist him. If anything will happen, nobody will dream of it before it will happen. You will just see it. Let these people, please, find out they will satisfy the people. If they cannot satisfy the people, anything can happen at any time. It is not in a dictionary in our constitution that if a situation is this place, a secret should do what he has done.
All right, thank you so much. Okay. All right, let's still go to the WhatsApp messages. Sorry. Good evening, Biblas. Dave from Okoba. Kindly read messages early, not just calls. A leader is, all right, noted. A leader is known by his humility, selflessness, listening, and does what the people want, not what they want. A leader comes for debate, doesn't need votes buying and arbitrary intimidation with INEC and police conspiracy to win elections. Also, you don't need to compromise the judiciary to claim legitimacy. A leader thinks before they act. They don't create wrong policies that will bring the people into poverty, but they have been buying cars and yachts, renovating with billions for their enjoyment. Is this leadership, this low-grade minds, hypocrite, eye service propagandists, abero breeders can never be my leader nor my president. All right, thank you so much. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. Tell us your name and location, please.
My name is Omama Credo.
Okay, please go ahead.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Nosik.
Thank you so much. Good evening.
And I thank you very much for your program.
You're welcome, sir.
I'm following you, and that is following what they are discussing about. What baffled me today is that I'm watching Charly television and I saw some policemen speaking in Aja Delta that there's a vessel. They arrest illegal refinery. They take the ship. They want to seize it. They cross from many places. The name of that ship is Mother Mary. I saw it today in television. It's an illegal refinery. They refine oil and sell it in Nigeria. And there are some big companies in Nigeria that are in there. I say if somebody can refine oil here in Nigeria, they call it illegal refinery. What hold government not to refine oil? And they say they seize it. And the district oil that they refine in Nigeria is useful. Some people in Nigeria are using the oil in Nigeria here. They say they arrest them. What a country is this? It was baffled. I was
Hello, are you there? Okay.
I'm here.
All right, go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, very well.
Okay, now, during the 2025, the 2023 election on January, they say that 25, people will tell them that you will never spend any money to buy tickets. That is, if you use money to buy tickets, like 100 million they are buying. So you must get the way to collect that money back again. That you get it free and you get it free. That anything that you are doing with money, you are going there to steal money. They did not hear it. And they deny this man. And the man that won the election, they deny him to give him. They can buy unbuyable. Nigeria are crying about money, Some people are saying about revolution or not revolution. Now, Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo, everybody are suffering the same thing. We are discussing together now in the street. Because people there in Abuja don't know that what is happening in the street. Like I'm in Lagos, Hausa man, Yoruba man, they are together. We are discussing about this cheating. We are feeling it. Everybody is feeling it. everybody is feeling it too. People are not feeling well. Now people are just dying. Okay, like last time they are talking about augmentin. Augmentin for malaria is now up to 20,000. The people are dying for malaria here in this country and typhoid. You cannot afford to buy. If you go to doctor to treat you or you go hospital, they will charge you around 30,000-40,000. How much are you getting? Okay, the worst now is NEPA bill. NEPA bill is going to 20,000, 40,000, 30,000, 40,000 a bill for a boat. How much salary are you receiving? Even though if you have a boat galloon, it's 30,000 they bill for you. Which country is this? People are dying. Everything is going worse every day. Please, we need a help. If we can contact another country to come and take over us and take care of us, I beg. I beg if you can even whether to call other country to come and take care of us, because what is happening here, we cannot take care. There's no hope. There's no hope.
I believe there should be hope. Peter Nosike, what do you think?
For me, with what I'm seeing right now, there's no hope.
So where are we headed?
Backwards.
Well,
with the policies that I'm seeing now, no country can develop without being a producing nation. No country can develop without being a producing nation. Nobody can develop by borrowing and sharing.
It's quite difficult if you begin to outline.
No country can develop with borrowing and sharing.
All right, let's take this one. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening, my brother. Please tell us your name and location.
This is Mr. Dominic.
All right, Mr. Dominic, go ahead.
Yeah, for me. Yeah. Okay. I just have much to say, but now I want to answer a question which somebody asked. What other name do we have for democracy? It has been said long ago by Fela Kuti. We're having democracy. Okay?
All right.
Democracy and democracy. It's not the same. Democracy. Okay?
That's democracy.
Let me stop there. Democracy.
Crazy, okay?
Crazy. That's madness.
All right, thank you so much. Let me read this WhatsApp message. Good evening, Mr. Nosika and co. IPOB never started on a violent note. Remember, it was the shooting of their members at Onitsha Head Bridge that led them to resort to sit at home to avoid continuous persecution and killing by Nigerian police and military. Also note that it was the refusal of Eastern governors to form a security outfit to protect the farmers in the Eastern region, just like their counterparts in the West, that led to the formation of the Eastern Security Network. Nigerian government will tell you that Kanu jumped bail for escaping the guns of the rampaging Nigerian army that besieged his country home. Kanu has suffered so much injustice, truth be told. Levinis from Ejibo. All right. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Please, let's get to meet you. Your name and location.
My name is Gift. I'm calling from a country.
All right, Gift, go ahead.
My sister, I always enjoy your program.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank you.
There's one question I want to ask. These our Nigerian rulers, maybe they are human beings like us. They are Christians and Muslims. They will go to church on Sunday, being tomorrow. They will pray to God. Muslims also, they will go to their own mosque. They will pray to God. All the things that Nigeria are complaining about the economic of Nigeria, is it not touching them? Are they not having sympathy from us? Things are very difficult, even to eat. Like me now, I can't even remember when I cooked in my house. Everything are so cost. We're buying rice now in my area now. We are buying 1,050 naira for the big one.
For the Rika?
We are getting, yes, at the Rika. The other one we are getting it 800, 850. So please, I just want you to help us and talk to them. At least as they are hearing, we are talking, they are listening, they are hearing. People are crying. They should help us. At least let things come down for we to see and eat. a mother of 5 children, for them to feed now, it becomes problem in Nigeria.
Serious problem.
Every day by day, we are talking. By the end of the day, there is no solution. So please, that is my own contribution.
All right, gift. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, Peter Nsike, what do you have to say?
Well, for me, he said that these leaders are Muslims and Christians. I don't think if it's the same God that all of us pray to. I don't think if it's the same God that all of us pray to. Because if all of us are praying to the same God, they shouldn't be doing what they are doing. They shouldn't be talking of, they cannot be thinking of buying jets, understand? Buying yachts.
When people are suffering.
When people are suffering. Renovating houses that nobody will go and live in a whole year. So I doubt if it's the same God that all of us are serving.
All right, okay. I thought this was going to be our last call, but I think that's a very good way to end it. But let me just read this message and then we'll call it a day. This one says, "Good evening. My name is Festus from Ejibo. It is only God that will help and save us, the masses, from this APC government. Next month now is December. Only God knows how much we will buy rice, gas, and other things. Yet these old men are cruising at the expense of the poor. Dollar can only drop to 600 naira if God help us. Not APC's forecast, though, because their own is a mere political statement."
Well, it's a fact. Without nothing supporting the naira, it will be on a free fall. Without us becoming a producing and exporting country, naira cannot stabilize. Naira can never be strong. That's a fact.
All right, thank you so much, Peter Nsike. But how do you close? Because time is up already.
Well, I'm telling Nigerians to have hope. Have hope. God is there. God is all-powerful. God, understand? God
You're
is
saying
there.
we should have hope when our hope is already shattered.
We should have hope. Anybody that wakes up in the morning has hope. So we should continue having hope. And also be working on ourselves. We should depend less on government and begin that to work on ourselves.
All right, let us all be hopeful, okay? As long as there is life, there should also be hope. Thank you so much for staying with us, for people who listened and called in, especially our callers. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing your opinions with us. We believe that Nigeria will be better someday, and then we all will smile finally. All right, my name still remains BBlastChidi, and on Facebook, I am BBlastChidi. On Instagram, I am BB_BBlast. And on Facebook, Peter Nosike is simply Peter and Nosike. So do have a beautiful Saturday evening till we meet again, same time next week.